Okay, right. So, welcome to R24 manufacturing process. So, metal joining process. We already discussed the introduction part. This is the content. So, introduction is joining of two pieces. Joining of two pieces with the help of temperature, or with or without help of pressure, or without help of filler metal. We need to join. Right? It's a permanent joint. So, these are the classification we have. These are the so in this video we are going to see only three things. One is thermite welding and some related process like brazing and soldering. Right. So first we start with thermite welding. Right. So thermite welding, it is similar to casting process. Right. So thermite welding, it is similar to casting process, where casting, I hope you know that casting. So we poured molten metal into the cavity and we allow to solidify. We will get the final shape. This is what a casting process. So here the same so we are going to pour the molten metal, but here molten metal is some mixture, right? So some mixture, that mixture is allowed to solidify and we will get the joint, right? So if you have a two pieces you are planning to join, then you will create some fixers. That fixers have a cavity. In that cavity you will pour some iron mixture, thermite mixture. That after pouring the thermite mixture, we will allow to solidify and we will get the joint. This is what the basic principles of thermite welding. So it is a primarily fusion welding process in which the weld is affected by pouring the superheated liquid thermite steel around the parts to be united. Right. So one of the advantages of thermite welding is it is a remote place we can use a thermite welding. For example, railway track. Right. So the railway track it has a long length. Right. So if some places maybe we cannot get some electric source or other source, type of source, there you can use thermite welding to join railway tracks. Right. So they can use. So it is a primarily fusion welding process in which the weld is affected by pouring superheated liquid thermite steel around the parts to be united. In the case of thermite pressure welding, only the heat of the thermite reaction is utilized to bring the surface of metal to be welded in a plastic shape, and mechanical pressure is then applied to complete the weld. Right. So we pour the thermite mixture and allow to solidify, and we apply some pressure to make a joint. Right. So this is what 1 minute, sir. So in case of thermite pressure welding, only the heat of the thermite reactions is utilized to bring the surface of metal to be welded in a plastic state, and mechanical pressure is then applied to complete the weld. So the basic principle is we are going to pour the thermite mixture and we are going to apply some pressure and it will make the joint. Generally it is used for some remote area in the sense we can't get other resources to make a joint. Right. So one of the example is railway tracks. Right. So working principles: the necessary heat for joining metal of thermite welding is obtained from chemical reaction of metal oxide and metal reducing agent. So it is a mixture, metal oxide and metal reducing agent. Usually iron oxide is used as a metal oxide and aluminum or magnesium is used as a metal reducing agent. So we are going to use two agent. One is a metal oxide, iron oxide iron oxide, and then metal reducing agent. The strong chemical attraction of aluminum for oxygen is the basics for the thermite process. First, the thermite mixture is ignited by a burning aluminum. Right. So the thermite mixture is ignited. We apply some heat and burning the aluminum. By burning the aluminum, the ignited temperature of thermite is about 1200 degrees Celsius. Assume that 1200 degrees Celsius. The aluminum merging with the oxygen of metal oxide and setting free to the iron, which is deposited on the joint portion into the mold as a highly superheated liquid metal. Right. So we converted that iron mixture as a highly superheated liquid metal. The working principles are: if theoretical temperature is about 3000 degrees Celsius of thermite, due to the chilling effect of crucible temperature is reduced to about 2500 degrees Celsius. So we can get finally 2500 degrees Celsius temperature. Thermite reaction is non-explosive process. Right. So there is no human hazardous. It is non-explosive process. So how the temperature get it? So the Fe3O4 and aluminum, this is a thermite mixture. So we add Fe3 iron oxide with aluminum. It will convert as the iron plus aluminum oxide. It will create the 793 kilocalories. It is a heat. Again, it will further we add iron oxide to aluminium, we will get the again 181.5 K calorial, right, K Celsius. So this is what temperatures. So if this temperature is used to make a joint. Applications are, it is just a large application in railway track repairing on the spot, because the railway track it is generally placed in remote area. We can't find other resources. It is used in large frames like locomotive frame welding. Thermal welding is used in crank shaft welding. So these are the applications. Advantages are, heat necessary for welding is obtained from the chemical reaction and there's no costly power supply is required, right? So we don't want any costly equipment, and on-site welding is possible. On-site welding is possible. One of the limitations is applications for only ferrous metal, and the process is uneconomical if used to weld cheap metals or light parts. So if you planning to join cheap metals or uneconomical metals, then it is not a best way, because it is a somewhat economical if you use for iron or other material, right? So the next process is some related process. One is a soldering. The first one is a soldering. So soldering, you made it, right? So generally used for electronic components, right? So solder joint is the process of joining two or more pieces of metals by means of a fusible alloy or metal called solder. Application of the modern state. So we use solder as the filler metal, right? So we use solder as the filler metal. In the solder joint, the filler metals are spread throughout the properly fitted joint surface by the capillary attraction forces, usually primarily where heat is of constant, right? So this is one of the examples for soldering. If you are planning to join electronic component, we use solders. It is one of the filler metal, and we have a soldering joint filler rod, on iron piece. If you supply the electricity, the solder get deposited on top of the welding, on top of the base metals. The selection of soldering and flux is the type of solder used, types of base metal and its degree of its surface cleanness. The process of soldering is used. After the completion of soldering process, the ability to remove the flux residue. So this is some of the selection criteria for flux. Applications are, it is used for sealing in automotive radiators or tin cans, electrical connections, joining thermally sensitive components, joining dissimilar metals. These are some of the applications, right? So advantages, again, it has a wide variety of metals can be soldered. Different sizes can be soldered, but generally we use for small joints. Bonding over an entire surface and flexible adhesive. So we add filler metal, so it will act as the bonding. The entire surface may deposited, so it is a flexible adhesiveness. Low temperature curing, simple joint design. So these are some of the advantages. Limitations are, it has a weaker bonding, right? It has a weaker bonding. Limited surface temperatures, more curing time, no inspection method is available, right? So you cannot ensure whether the metal piece are joined. If you try, it will remove because it has a weaker bonding, right? So the next process is a brazing. It is similar to soldering, only difference is the temperature as well as the filler metal, right? So brazing is the one of the joining method wherein coalescence is produced by heating in a suitable temperature by adding additional using a filler metal and having temperature above 427 degrees Celsius and below the solidification temperature of base metal. Base metal is not melted, right? So we are going to use brazing up to temperature above 427 degrees Celsius, right? So in brazing process, the metallic parts are joined by a non-ferrous filler metal or alloys, right? So these act as a non-ferrous metal. The filler metals are distributed through the closely fitted mating parts and joined by the capillary actions. Brazing is a semi-permanent joint, whereas welding is permanent joint, right? So brazing is a semi-permanent. We can't say permanent because it has a weaker bonding, but welding is a permanent joint. So brazing can be classified as based on the methods: torch brazing or dip brazing, furnace brazing, induction brazing. These are some of the classifications. And filler metal, braze is generally available as a rod, ribbon, powder, paste, cream, wire, etc. Materials such as aluminium, silicon, copper, ferrous, copper, zinc. These are some of the filler metal. And brazing filler metal properties, it should have ability to wet the base metal and make a strong sound bond joint to maintain the proper melting point temperature and flow properties, which allows the filler to spread through the joints. It must give desirable mechanical and physical properties to the joints like strength, ductility, hardness, etc. Right. So how to brace? How we can do the bracing process? So prepare the brace workpiece and clean the joint portion and clean also for filler metal surface. So we need to do some surface preparation. First thing, we need to clean the workpiece and we need to clean the filler metal surface. Provide the flux to the both base metal joint preparation and filler metal surface. So we apply some flux in order to avoid oxidation. The filling or aligning the base metal parts to make joint. So we need to fitting or aligning. So the filler metal is aligned with the where we need to brace. Heating of the joint portion of base metal. Applying the filler metal onto the joint and the flux may be applied if needed. Cleaning or removing the flux residue from the bracing joint. So these are the bracing process. Right. Advantages are gas entrapment is very less because the filler metal melts properly and spread throughout the surface and makes a pressure tight joint. Bracing joint can be carried out in large number of dissimilar materials. Smooth surfaces or scaleless surface can be obtained at. The joints possess good strength at the increased temperature. Thin-walled sheets or light gauge sheets easily joined by bracing, which cannot be joined at welding. So this is what is some of the advantages. Limitations or disadvantages are braced joints have lesser strength compared to welding because it is semi-permanent welding, semi-permanent joint. Cost of joint preparation is more because we need to prepare the surface. So the involvement of cost is high. Can be used for thin sheet metal section only. So we can use for thin sheet metals only. Okay, right. So thank you. This is what final presentation of metal joining process.